I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October. A toast, but my granddaddy came sober. Count all the fingers and the toes, now I suppose.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here.
I miss you too, Aaron.
Thank you. And it is Clipper basketball tonight as the Los Angeles Clippers go up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Taking a look at the Lakers, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. After a brisk off-season, it's finally upon us, fellas.
What's that?
Opening night.
Oh, tonight's opening night?
Hey,
oh, those are preseason games.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And joining us in the booth for tonight's game, the incredibly talented Kobe Bryant. Kobe, thanks for once again joining us.
No, thank you, man. Thank you for letting me be a part of the team.
It's the Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, Kevin, LeBron James does not mind being a vocal leader. He said conflict was just part of the game for me growing up. I played outdoors, and if you didn't win, you might not play again for the rest of the day. Now I'm the leader of this team, and I expect nothing less than greatness out of all of us. I'm going to hold everyone accountable, including myself. Kevin?
And that's so great to hear, D.A. LeBron is a proven leader and champion, as we all know, expects to contend for a championship every year. Hey, Kobe, after dedicating pretty much your entire life to the game of basketball, a game that I know you love, you said you don't miss it. Why is that?
Well, because I've been through that process. I mean, I started playing a game when I was like 2 years old. And, playing professionally for 20 years, I left no stone unturned. So there's no regrets there. I've done everything I could possibly do. And truthfully, the game is still with me. The discipline has changed. The industry might have changed. But the same approach, the same things that I've learned from the game, I carry with me to this day. So the game is still inside of me.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Williams and Gallinari at the 2 and the 3. Gortat is up. Out there with Harris, and it's Silk in at the point. Bryant dishes to Leonard. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up. Kobe, any chance you might coach or might be a consultant to an organization, for instance?
No,
not at all.
Listen, players reach out to me and they'll call me and I'll give them advice, and I like it better that way as opposed to being tied down with one particular franchise. And I like what I'm doing now. And any player from all over the world can reach out, and I'm there for them in terms of providing advice or counsel.
Well, the story got out last year in the playoffs that Isaiah Thomas and you had some conversations.
Yeah. Well, he reached out and had some questions about how to approach that particular series, and I just said, send me over the film. What are you looking at? And I'll tell you. I'll take a look at it and I'll tell you what I see, and then you can go from there.
James.
That just happened. Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Now here is Harris. And stolen by James. Oh, and here we go. Kobe's got another fast break chance. Leonard kicks to Kobe. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. There's the pass to Dunn. The dish to Kobe. Puts it up from 12. He can't get that one. Some solid defense from Harris. Lakers on D. Talk, Kobe, about some of the great one-on-one scores. You might be the best ever, actually. But when you take a look at the crop now, who are some good guys in that one-on-one category that you like?
Kyrie's sensational. Yeah,
great handle. How about his handle? Like one of the best ever.
Yeah, but he can post too, though. I mean, that's the thing is he can post up. He can turn left shoulder. He can turn right shoulder. He can shoot a left-hand jump hook coming across the middle. He can pull up going left. He can pull up going right. He can attack off the handle. He can attack off a triple threat. You know, he's built the game without any weaknesses. I think most players, should be thankful that he's not 6'6".
You're right. He'd be Kobe Bryant. Then, right? He'd be Kobe Bryant. But I always thought that, and his dad played big-time college basketball, played in Australia. Your dad played. I mean, there is something inherent, regardless of how much, that comes from the son of a pro player.
Growing up overseas as well.
Well, exactly, in Australia.
Growing up overseas as well. And look at his game being so fundamentally sound and having basic structure. There's a lot to be said for that.
Absolutely. Now here is Harris. There's a screen by Gortat. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Los Angeles with another miss.
Yeah, a bit of a tough start here at 1 for 4.
And the trend around the league, Kobe, is more offense, more three-pointers, certainly spacing, fluid offense. Scoring is up around the league in a measurable way from, it seems like, year to year. Do you like the way this is trending, or do you think the NBA should maybe put a governor on this, harness it in just a little bit?
Well, I think it'll swing back to the way,
Do you?
Yeah, because the game has gone through that progression before. It's constantly evolving. And so I think you'll see it swing back eventually. You'll have a couple teams that are just big and may have a dominant post player, and all of a sudden you're going inside, and then that team will win a championship, and then the rest of the teams in the league will try to copycat the way the game is played that way. Then things will swing back. So it's just natural evolution of the game, I think.
And here are the Clippers now, following the miss by Kobe Bryant. Williams passes to Harris, beyond the arc. Harris missing again.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the fourth.
Kobe, a big part of the talent evaluation today is the psychological impact and that aspect, which I think will lead teams toward one prospect over another. If you were looking for personality traits in players and you were making that decision for a team, what trait would you value the most in a player?
Curiosity. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's curiosity.
Why so?
Because curious people will always ask why things work or don't work.
And you were a big why asker.
Have to, because that's the only reason you win, is when you can figure out why things happen or didn't happen. Right? If you lose a game, a curious person won't point the finger. A curious person will say, well, why did we lose? Instead of just saying them, right. They're going to go back and check the film and ask questions. Okay, why did we mess up here? Why did we blow that coverage there?
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against the Lakers. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game right now. And the Lakers making a change here. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Kobe, the league seems to be moving away from isolation basketball, sometimes called hero ball, in favor of more ball movement, more of a fluid offense. What do you make of that trend?
Well, I think it's the right thing. I mean, if you look at the way the Knicks played, for example, when they had Bradley, Busher, Phil was coming off the bench.
Well, you are a historian. You love the history of the game, don't you?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I can just tell working with you.
Yeah. Holtzman was coaching. We had Frazier out there. I mean, they moved the ball. I mean, everything was predicated on ball movement, as was the Celtics with Fred Auerbach. And then in the 80s, things changed a little bit. You start going to more isolation ball, where guys would post deep and force a double coverage to come all the way down to him, and then you start moving the ball around. Now you start seeing a spread offense, where the ball's moving again like it was when the Knicks were playing, when the Celtics were playing. And so, I think it just depends on the style of defense that you're seeing and the personnel that you have. I think that determines your style of play.
And at the offensive end, Gortat probably doesn't get his due. He's got a lot of moves, and he can finish with either hand. And his work on the offensive glass is more than capable.
Jays checked in for LeBron. Here's Bryant. And the Lakers with another miss. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Well, Kobe, you look at all the former Defensive Player of the Year, and they're almost always big men. You were a 9-time first-team all-defensive selection in the NBA. Do you think guards sometimes get overlooked at the impact they have in a game, in a play?
Yeah, they definitely do.
All the time, huh?
I think the bigs have a huge responsibility in protecting the rim. And those things are very easy to measure.
Right, block shots,
blocks,
and exactly,
rebounding,
rebounding,
altering shots or defensive rebounds. For guards, it's tougher. But still in all, there's some guards out there who have done it. Michael and Gary Payton. And, Kawhi Leonard, I count him as a guard. They're just phenomenal defensive players.
Where does that mindset come from, that defensive mindset, when you're an offensive gifted player like yourself?
Well, I think that's a truly competitive person. Some players will call themselves competitive, but you're not truly competitive if you only compete at one end of the floor. That's not what truly competitive people do.
Leonard dishes to Kobe. Back to Leonard. Hit his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. For the Clippers, Marjanovic comes in for Gortat. And it's Montrezl Harrell in for Williams. Hey, Kobe, when you take a look at great NBA rivalries, your mind goes more to the past than the present. I'm not sure why that is, but maybe you can enlighten us why rivalries seem to matter more or more in our minds from yesteryear as opposed to today.
Because we can recall where we were when. Right?
Yeah,
the recollection is always more powerful in retrospect, right? I mean, that's always, you remember where you were when, Magic hit that running hook shot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Some people can remember where they were when Nelson hit that shot that bounced off the back of the rim and almost touched the rafters and fell back in, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's those memories that create a lasting impact. And even though in today's game, you can look at it and say, there's no real rivalries in today's game, there are. But they're only sink in over time.
So you think the Cleveland-Golden State rivalry, because the greats are on opposite sides there, will linger and will resonate like that?
Absolutely.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
In competition, once again, Kobe, the thing that drives you so much, even on the practice floor, you and Jordan were so much alike in that regard. Is it important to go with your teammates and challenge them in those practices that you recall?
You have to challenge them, because if you don't, then they become conditioned to not have those challenges every day, right? So if you come off of a night where you have a back-to-back, for example, and you have a practice the next morning, it's our responsibility to step into that practice and challenge them as if it was the game that we just played the night before, right? Because if you do not, then you don't have that competitive spirit day in and day out, where then you feel like you can take games off, because you can take practices off, because you just don't have it in practice, right? So it's our job to bring that every single day so that competing just becomes a habit.
And you learn about their mental endurance and physical endurance during those practices.
Well, yeah, you challenge them to learn about themselves, right? You challenge them to think about themselves. Can I push a little extra? I'm going to have to, because he's driving me like crazy. And if I don't meet that challenge, I'm going to have to hear his mouth all practice long. I'm going to have to hear his mouth on the plane. I'm going to have to hear his mouth on the bus. I'm going to have to hear his mouth in the locker room.
Yeah.
And I'd rather just compete.
The Lakers making a switch here. Stevenson's checked in, and the Clippers making a change here as well. Mike Scott's checked in for Harris. Leonard with the bucket.
And yeah, I get it. The goal defensively is to keep Kawhi from getting looks inside, but hey, you try that.
Clippers trail by 7. Kobe, I'm assuming that you've had teammates come back later and say, Kobe, you made me a better player.
Yeah, well, the thing is, when we're playing together, they don't like it very much, because I'm always challenging them. But then at the end, even to this day, we're all very close. We're all great friends, because they knew what I was trying to do was trying to push them to be the best version of themselves.
Los Angeles with another miss.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And now the Clippers on the break. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jay's got his 5th rebound in this one. Kuzma. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Kuzma's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
And Bradley gets it to go.
Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect pass, and that's also alliteration.
51 seconds left to play in the first. A shot by Rondo is no good.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Wow, credit there. Somehow finds a way to knock that one in.
Lakers leading by 6. Outside Leonard. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the defender was slow reacting, didn't fully account for Kawhi's quickness. Slow played him and gets to the free throw line.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Silk passes to Marjanovic. It's Bradley on the wing. He's guarded by Stevenson. Clock at 6. It's deflected. They get it back, and they get it back. The shot's good, and it's 6 points for Avery Bradley. And stolen by Harrell. Silk. The shot comes out, and that concludes the first quarter of play. Lakers lead by 6. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And of course,